Hello, and this is my little journal of the day. This is April the 8th of 2020, so April 8th. This is a Wednesday. So let's get right to the numbers. Yesterday, there was 387,000 cases, so I'm recording this at about 9 o'clock at night. And right now, so again, there was 387,000 yesterday. Now they're saying there's 428,000. The number of deaths in America yesterday was 12,200, and today they're reporting it's now 14,600. As far as New York goes, yesterday there was 138,000 cases. Now there's 151,000, and in North Carolina, yesterday it was the 3,270, and now it's at almost 3,500. So the numbers continue to go up. There was some reports that the death rates and the number of things are starting to plateau a little bit in New York. Again, I'm not sure exactly how that works. I mean, as far as, I guess, maybe how steep the curve is, because we have 151,000 reported cases today, and yesterday they had 138,000, so maybe that's not as high of an increase. I haven't been tracking that as much. So there's that. As far as some other news that's going on, there's been locally, apparently at a local school, there's at a charter school, a teacher was still reported to go to work, even though they're not supposed to, and they kind of complained, and then the teacher got put on administrative leave. I don't want to be that school, because you can't do that. Okay, there's very strict rules about, number one, forcing people to come into work who aren't necessarily essential to an environment. Number two, if you do file a complaint, especially during this time, to be kind of punished. Not good. So that's something that is not cool right now. There's starting to be more finger pointing that I'm seeing in the news as far as who reacted when, and who could have acted sooner. And it's kind of hard to say that because hindsight, the whole hindsight is 2020 thing. It's kind of unfair to judge somebody on what they did at the moment, as far as how they're reacting to a crisis based on what we know after the fact, because there's a lot of things that we know now that are certain that we didn't know back then that were uncertain. And I'm not saying that there are people that didn't make mistakes, but I'm a little more, I guess, forgiving for people who maybe were honestly trying their best, but, didn't want to, overreact or underreact, because it could go both ways. So that's the thing. As far as in the nation, so apparently the Democrats, and again, to be clear, I don't consider myself to be a Democrat or a Republican, because I think right now they're kind of on the extremes. I consider myself to be, I don't know, rational, for lack of a better term. Right now, it says the Democrats want $500 billion more to help with the economy, and the Republicans are kind of saying, well, we don't want necessarily with that. We want to see kind of things that are going down. What's another $500 billion? I don't know. I'm not arguing for or against it. It's just a matter of, again, I don't know why there has to be one thing or the other thing, but that's kind of the way that our government is reacting right now, which is kind of frustrating. As long as you connect yourself to one of the parties, it's almost like you have to be on the opposite side of the fence if you're the other party, as opposed to being somewhere in the middle. And I guess, yes, I know that's an overstatement and that's an overgeneralization, but from a citizen's point of view, it's rather frustrating, to see, at least that's the way it's portrayed in the media. And chances are there's a lot more people, they call them moderates, that are kind of more in the middle. Okay. But there's a lot of, when you see a lot of the votes on things, it's by party lines. So that you think, well, if someone's really voting with their conscience and voting with what they believe is right for their people that they're representing in the country, you shouldn't vote just simply on party lines. Okay, I'm getting on a political tangent. So anyway, I just don't want that to be an interfering thing with what we've been seeing, which is generally people kind of coming together during this time and helping each other out. And I'd hate to see us kind of slip back to, oh, well, we say this and we say this, and then nothing happens. Anyway, so that's the update for the 8th of March. Not March, sorry. April. 8th, feels like still it's March. March was a long month. 8th of April 2020.